for a minute and we'll get started. All my Mega Camp attendees, be prepared to share your top tips. Nelson. Alrighty, I think we're straight up 12 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
So I was pretty bummed about that.
Somebody's having a party. I don't know who, but somebody. It's probably Scott. Like I can hear Scott through my door, even though he's not even here yet. All right, look at all you cutie pies.
For a while, I like love that. My bank in Illinois to a bank out of here.
Okay, welcome. So let's get this party rolling. Welcome to the almost the end of September. We are going to remind you about rating our meeting. We're going to put that link in the comments again. We have some welcomes, some cappers, some updates. The majority of our time we will be spending today sharing our Mega Camp ahas. And then at the end, Amy will Amy Canada from Bank 59 will be giving us an update. So, all right. Okay, so just a little reminder, and Allison will put this in the comments of our Zoom. Just a little reminder that we would love to, sometime during the team meeting, for you to answer just our 3 quick questions about our team meeting. So it's in the comments. You can click on that, copy paste that link into your browser, and please rate our meeting and let us know what you would also like to see moving forward. All right. So next we have some welcomes in the house. Unmute yourself and clap, people. Whoop, put your lunch down. Put your lunch down. All right, so let's just see. I don't know who's here. Eric, are you here today? Unmute yourself and formally welcome yourself. Is Eric in the house? Can't tell. Do we have an Alex in the house? Alex, are you here today?
Not you, Dinamarca.
we can re-welcome Alex Dinamarca. How about, and I'm just looking, hang tight. Do we have a Laura?
Yes.
Oh, yay! We have a winner, Laura, winner, chicken dinner. So Laura, if you just want to really quickly say hi, introduce yourself, let us know, maybe share how many years you've been in the business and anything fun and personal you'd like to share so we can all meet you.
All right. I'm Laura Glossmeyer. I just came over from Realty Executives. I have been in real estate for 7 years. Fun and personal. Let's see. I don't know.
What excites you most about joining Keller Williams? How about that?
Oh my gosh. To actually feel like I own my business and I'm not just, I was just thinking about this on my way home. I met with Abby this morning and I'm just like, for the past 7 years, I just feel like I'm a real estate agent and I sell houses, but to know that I can actually have a business and I don't know, I just feel kind of empowered by that.
Cool. Good. Well, welcome. We're very excited to have you.
Thank you.
All right. I do see, it looks like Eric. Eric, I just saw your name pop up on my screen. I don't know, are you in a position? Eric, can you welcome yourselves? We want to welcome you, and maybe if you want to give us a quick introduction.
Absolutely. You guys hear me?
Turn it up a little bit, but yes.
Awesome. So, yeah, my name is Eric Carranza. I was a personal trainer, and then during the pandemic, I decided to really dive deep into real estate. And I'm here now with some great people, and I'm really excited for the journey ahead.
Awesome. Well, we are excited to have you. And the next time that we do squats, seeing as you are a personal trainer by trade, we will have you lead them. Sound good?
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. So I think
with me on your back.
Yeah, exactly. With Scott. And you can't tell over Zoom how tall he really is. So fantastic. Welcome. All right. So do we have some cappers in the house? Oh, no, we have a welcome. So Tina Reddick, let's all give her a big round of applause. She is officially if some of you don't know, she was an assistant team leader. She was in the interim role. It was supposed to be for 90 days, but it really went for 120 days? I don't know. It was a whole lot of days, because of COVID and everything took longer. But anyway, we'd like to welcome her. She's permanently been put into the assistant team leader position. Woo!
Yeah, Tina.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Trina.
Yeah, and in case you don't know how to pronounce Tina, just call her Trina. She'll answer to that as well. So welcome. So she still has a real estate team, and she will continue to build that out as she transitions out of more of the sales, but she's going to, because we teach you how to run a business, she's going to still have that business running itself while she has this leadership opportunity. So,
Yay.
Tina, do you have anything to share on, now seeing what it looks like behind the scenes with our leadership team? Like, how has it been?
Well, I can say that working with our leadership is even more amazing than I thought it was. And I think we're super blessed.
What are you doing?
Oh, Therese Culp, we can hear you. Love it.
And I'm just really enjoying learning all the whole backside of KW and what it all takes to run a brokerage and how we support our agents. So, and I look forward to continue on the journey.
Awesome.
I think we're doing some awesome stuff.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so what do we have coming up next? We do have some cappers in the house. All right, yay, Tanya Baker no longer has to pay anything into the office, and Cody. So I don't know, is anybody here? Is Tanya, are you here? I don't know if she's here.
Yes.
Yes, so what would you have to share with anybody here who is also looking to not have to pay our office anything? What has been your one tip for success?
So I have really jumped into the systems and everything this year, and being on Lifetime Realty, we have a lot of leverage that allows me to get in front of more people and run my business with the time frame that I have. So again, diving into the leverage and our team model, and we use a showing partner. I'm just able to handle a lot more clients and get in front of people a lot more for that reason. So thank you, Lifetime Realty, for everything that you've done for me this year.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. How about Cody? Are you on the call today? I don't know if she was here. So let's see, when did Cody start?
Yay. He's here.
I'm here.
Yay, Cody. Okay, so tell us a little bit. When did you start real estate?
October.
October. So you have been here really less than a year.
Yep.
So coming up on a year, and that's pretty amazing to be a capper in your first year. So if I'm a new agent and I'm looking to be a Cody, what do I need to do?
Get out there, be authentically yourself. There's a lot of amazing agents. And at the end of the day, I just had to figure out who I am and just be authentic and follow up and follow up and follow up. So that has been like the bulk of my business, is following up with my sphere and just staying committed to authentically following up with them. Also, I went back and I looked at my numbers, and over 75% of my sales have been homes that my buyers did not send me, that I sent them.
Wow.
And I said, hey, you know, after seeing some homes and listening to you, I think this might be a good fit. So being proactive and helping them find the home that they maybe don't know they want.
Mm.
So
Love that. And so it was a home that wasn't necessarily on their automatic search based on their original criteria.
4 homes that they didn't send me. And in one case, it was a home that the buyer specifically said, no, we don't want to see it. And we saw a home that was down the street, and I said, no, let's just go see it. And it ended up being the right fit for them. So I think just listening and being authentic and just following up and sticking to your, I mean, for me, it was like the 1-3-5.
Mm.
Like when I started, I was like, here's where I'm going to get my business from. And I really stuck to that.
Wow, I love it. Thank you. Well, congratulations. Nice. All right, so anybody visiting us, because I know we have people who are new, capping just means you have an opportunity to work here under our roof for free, meaning we don't collect any of your commission. So welcome. Thank you. All right, so what do we have coming up next? Probably we've got our update. We have an updated LORE, which stands for Language of Real Estate, because we track all of our important numbers, some quick upcoming training reminder, and then I think we'll probably jump into our mega camp updates. All right, so market update. Right here, this will be in your team meeting recap email. Steal it, use it, post it, share it every week. We're giving you this content so you don't even have to think about it, so that if anybody asks you what's happening in the real estate business, you can say, hey, listen, in the last week, we listed 696 homes. We had 532 accepted offers and 576 solds. If you add up the solds and the accepted offers, we're selling more homes than we're listing. So your script can be, if you're looking to sell your home, now is the time. So feel free to steal that. That's our market update of the week. And then we have our LORE. So you can see there, Language of Real Estate. We track our closed units, our volume, our sold units, meaning the buy side volume, our listings taken, our listings volume, our contracts written, and our contracts written volume. So holy moly. So this is comparing us, meaning our entire Keller Williams Milwaukee Southwest office, along with MLS, comparing us side by side, what our numbers were in 2019 compared to 2020. And look at this, you guys. Look at MLS. Listings taken units down in all of MLS, 1.2%. We are up 37%. That's amazing, amazing, amazing. These are numbers. This is your language of real estate. Pick one. You do not need to memorize all of them. Just pick one to have a conversation around. So when somebody said, how is the market? Instead of just saying good or crazy or, oh my gosh, I'm dying, we're like, oh, you sometimes can give the message of you're too busy for referrals. Be the student of real estate, pick a number, know your script, and refer to it. Use this piece. This will also be in the team meeting recap, and you know it's in the one spot for resources, so you can put it in your listing presentation. Good job, you guys. That's amazing. It's because you show up and do the work. Way to outpace Milwaukee MLS. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Profit share. So raise your hand or unmute yourself and cheer if you are receiving profit share. Woo! Woo-hoo! I heard you, Vicki. I heard you, Vicki. Who else? Anybody else? We got one person? Tina? Yeah. All right. So profit share is our culture. We are proud of it. We're proud to tell our story. So Keller Williams International has shared so far over $1.4 billion since profit share started. We also have so far in this office, we have given back this year over $151,000. right? All right, so what else? What do we have for our next number? Whoop, whoop. KW Milwaukee Southwest has given back, since we opened our office, $714,000. The owners here have shared this back with you guys. And then what do we have for this KW Milwaukee? So this is including all of our offices in Whitefish Bay, Lake Country, all of our official offices, which also include some of those that we're launching. We have given back just in this area almost $500,000 year to date. That is pretty amazing. And we're going to celebrate this month our top 5 profit share earners. So who do we got? Number 1, Brad Parent, $1,491.91. Put these people's number in your phone. Text them. Ask them to take you out for lunch. We have Wendy Ekstrom at a little over $1,400. We have in third, Vicki Leroy, whoop, whoop, almost $1,300. And we have Casey Maiden at $1,200. And then rounding up our top 5, Nancy Meyer. Look at those numbers, you guys. That's amazing. Because you help us find like-minded people who think like us, that want to be business owners, who want to come from abundance. This is who we're looking for to join our team, and this is your passive income. It's about what you can do with the money. This is how we change lives. So congratulations. And thank you for bringing on people just like you. Upcoming training. So what do we have coming up? Tina, do you have anything to share about your writing offers workshop today, right after the team meeting?
Yep, so everybody in the PC program should be upstairs because we are going to be continuing what we started last Monday, which was writing offers. It's a great time to really practice your skills so that when it comes time to actually write an offer with a buyer, you are 100% familiar with it. You know how to advise your buyer. It won't take you 3 hours like it did when I wrote my first offer. So this is a great time. It's just practice. We're going to do it together as a group. So in the upstairs training room today, 1:15 to 3. Be there.
Nice. Thank you. And then just a reminder, next week, Tuesday, I will be leading a workshop breaking down your numbers so we can set our goals for 2021. We are going to build out our economic model based on your net goal. So this is really, really important for obviously everybody that's currently in the PC launch program. This is your workshop, but I invite anybody to join me because then in October, we're going to have a follow-up training to this where I'm going to train on 135 or your GPS or your one-page business plan, whatever term you want to use, and a 411. And we're going to do that with once we know your income goal for 2021. So join me next week for that. All right, so Tina and I want to share with you how we're changing a few things. First of all, how you give us a lead, and secondly, standards for newly licensed agents. So we are going to be slowly moving out of Recruiting Bridge to Command. So with that, things are going to change. So right now, the way that we have it set up is you have your own login to Recruiting Bridge where you can actually go in there and give us a lead through Recruiting Bridge. We're going to move away from that, and we're going to collect your information in a Google Doc, in a Google form to be precise. Got that, Scott? Did you hear that? Because you look like you're sleeping. Scott, I think he's frozen. Everybody, look at Scott's face right now. Do you think he's napping, or is his screen frozen? I think he's pretending he's here, and he's not even really here. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a link that we can text you, we can email you. We'll probably put it on our Abby, on our tech website for us to collect your referrals with just a couple of questions, and then we'll manage getting them into Command. So I just want to make you aware of that. And here's the thing. We are the #1 company and the #1 largest brokerage in Waukesha County, volume, units, and size for a reason. And the reason being is we are different. We are different in how we train. We are different in how we share. We are different on how we help each other grow. And so Tina and I have been really brainstorming along with the leadership team as to how we can be different when we hire newly licensed agents. So the fact of the matter is the stats are over 80% of newly licensed agents will be out of the business in less than 18 months. And we have reason to believe that sometimes it's because people think getting into real estate is, I don't know, maybe they can do it just on nights and weekends or as a hobby or on the side. And as you guys know, because you're professionals, real estate happens Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Deals fall apart Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. It is extremely hard to make it in this business if you have a clock in, clock out, no flexibility type of position Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So we're going to put some new steps to success in place. I'm going to give Tina the floor, and she's going to share it with you because we, first of all, always want your referrals. Always, always, always. However, what we need you to know is we are now going to have different conversations, as I like to say, when you refer your brother's, sister's, neighbor's dog walker to us, who really is never available to sell real estate and can't make training. So we want our new agents to succeed. And so here's how we're going to do it. Tina, go for it.
So I think just to kind of touch on that a little bit, I think a lot of this came from listening to the mentors who are mentoring the newly licensed agents. And I want to give a shout out to the mentors and how you guys are really vested in the success of the mentee. I mean, I could hear it from having the conversations that you really, you're getting, 7% from it, whatever, but you could definitely tell by having the conversations that it wasn't about the money, that it was really about the success. And you guys were really owning that, owning their successes, but also owning their failures, which is not for you to own if they're not plugging in and they're not showing up. So based on that, Kim and I decided that we thought that it should, prior to somebody really getting an onboarding appointment, like we'll still have the newly licensed conversation, which is just really the education piece where we're educating them of just how to get into real estate in general. But once they pass their license, they then have almost like a buy-in, and there's 7 steps that they need to do in order to be granted an appointment with Abby to onboard. So I just want to share those with you guys today, get your feedback, and just so that you know too, if you are talking to your leads, you know what the conversation is, and we'll send this email out after the meeting as well. But so the first thing is that they'll need to create a database spreadsheet with a minimum of 50 contacts, and it would need to have at least first name, last name, email, their home address, and a phone number at minimum in there, because we want them to be able to start with something. They will need to attend 5 market center trainings that are being held via Zoom. So if you've been on any of our morning huddles, anything like that, you've seen some guests that we've been having. We will be instructing them to label themselves, I guess, in school or listen only, just so that nobody calls on them to script practice, because they're probably not ready for that, but some of them might be. They need to listen to 2 Think Like a CEO podcast episodes. So it would be the Millionaire Real Estate Agent episode and the Being a CEO Starts with the Way You Think. They need to attend 4 open houses as a buyer, just to kind of see how open houses are being held, and they need to collect business cards. They need to purchase the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. They need to fill out a Google form that we've sent to them. And then they also need to email me a professional looking headshot, because you wouldn't believe how many headshots I'm getting of like them and their buddies at the Brewer game. So in order to actually then move forward, they need to email me their spreadsheet, a photo of the book, the 4 business cards, and their headshot. So that's kind of the buy-in. And then they're really starting with their toolkit in order to start their real estate business. And we have something to start with right out of the gate, because our goal is to get them into production in their first 90 days. we know that they've invested a ton of time and a ton of money. And so our goal is to get them, and we're really committed to that process. We just want to make sure that the people that we're bringing on are equally as committed. And they're also required to come to trainings on both Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that's another piece. So they need to be at the workshops that are from 1 to 3 on Tuesdays, and then to Cindy's launch camp, which is from 10 to 1, I think, right? Is that right, Cindy? 10 to 1 on Thursdays. So, and in addition, we have group coaching via Zoom every Monday at 3 o'clock as well, which there's accountability pieces that are coming out of there. So this is where we're at now, and we're already seeing some really good success. I mean, I've had one agent or one prospect, I guess, tell me that that wasn't going to work for them, but we've had a couple other agents who have already sent me all these items, and so they're going to be able to really start this career off, I think, far ahead of where a lot of us maybe have started. Okay.
Yeah, I love that, and we would love any feedback on that. I do see that we have a couple of guests even here on our team meeting, and I love, Tina, that you shared. You've already had one. Now, if you think about it, guys, it can take anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 months to get your real estate license. When you get the login, you actually have 6 months. So this isn't, there's more than enough time for them to participate, hear, listen. I mean, it's a lot of money. This is an expensive hobby. And so, like Tina said, we want to make sure they're making money for the investment that they put into it and whatever their goals are. So Tina, your specific examples of people who have already started doing this, how has that been going, I guess, or the excitement around it?
Well, it's really great because it's showing that they're really serious about getting into real estate. I mean, I have several conversations weekly where people are thinking of like getting into real estate because they like interior design, or it's going to be a fun hobby. And we all know that that's not what it is. And it's we want to make sure that they're getting into it for the right reason for both them and for us as Keller Williams, because we really work hard and really own and try to help people succeed. And it is disheartening sometimes, I think, when we can't see agents succeed, but we have to make sure that they're as equally committed to the process. And so to see agents be as committed and know that they're going to start off, it's really exciting. I think the PC program is going to really explode with some really great agents. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So keep that in mind with our, you have to attend via Zoom 7 Market Center trainings. Just keep in mind, we're going to have guests who are listening in and checking us out and learning more about the industry moving forward. So thank you. I love it, Tina. Good job.
Thanks.
Any thoughts or comments around that? Especially if maybe you're a newer agent or you're a transaction mentor or anything.
What you tell people that ask is if you there's a lot of options out there. KW is the option if you want to get into production fastest. And we're just setting ourselves up to make that happen.
Yeah.
And
we
I
had
would just
someone
add that,
do a buyer agency in 4 days.
Right.
So you just are, this is what it takes. Run a business, do it right from the start. Don't make all the mistakes we made and just go.
I would just add that when Tina shared this with me for the first time, like all these steps, I'm like, that's awesome. I love all these pieces. And then she shared it with a potential hire and they were like, oh, that's a lot. Like, I don't think KW is where I'm going to go. And Tina was like, oh my gosh, people are like not joining because of this. I'm like, that's the power behind it. So, we don't just hire everybody, like we always say. So as much as you implement it and then someone shoots you down, it's kind of like, oh crap, like it's not a good feeling, but it's purposeful and showing you the value behind why you implemented it. So I agree that we're gonna be continuing to bring on some awesome go-getters that are truly here to run a business. So
I think
Right.
that's a really good point, because I think that first time I did get turned down, I was like, oh my gosh. But then I thought about it, like if you're going to open up a business, which is what you're doing in real estate, there's buy-ins to it. So I'm definitely over that feeling now. And so I just want to make sure that, you know, all of our agents know that as well, is that maybe if you give us a lead, it might not be, you know, KW may unfortunately not be the place for them right at that time. You know, not saying that it wouldn't be in the future, but maybe just right there and wherever they are in their lives, it might not be the right place.
Right. And then we're really truly doing the right thing, and how great will it be to have our own story of success? Like, look at, hey, we hired, 50 new agents this year, and all of them are still with us because we set the expectation up front, versus hiring 50 and having 40 leave because they were surprised at how hard it was to actually start a real estate business and what it really looked like. So I love it.
Right.
I love it. And we'll take any feedback. And like Tina said, she will follow up with a separate email letting you know what the new standards are, so that you can save it, so that you can reference it when you are talking to any candidates. And don't worry, you guys, these aren't conversations that you have to have. When you have candidates, we'll take their referrals all day long. We'll educate them, we'll help them, and we'll find out if we are the right place for them based on what they're looking for. All righty. Are we moving on to Mega Camp? I think we are. Ahas, look at that list. You might need to squint to look. Those are about the 50 people who joined us at Mega Camp. For anybody joining us today, that is one of the 2 international conventions that Keller Williams has. Normally we would have been in Austin. However, we participated virtually this year. So I would like, for those that have participated and that are on the call today, can you just type in the chat? I think it'll be best if I can manage it this way, that you are ready to share your aha. Just type, I'm ready. And then you can unmute yourself, and I'll just kind of go in order. But we would love for anybody to share. So, and we'd like to have a conversation around it. So Jenny Ungerecht, I don't know if you know this or not, but you were the first to type in there. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not really good at managing this chat. So Jenny, do you want to unmute yourself? And I'm going to guess that this is the first Mega Camp that you've been at. What do you have to share? Your biggest aha, or top 2 to 3, top few things that you're planning on implementing in your business.
Okay, what was that?
What are your top ahas, and what are you planning on implementing in your business?
Well, my top aha is to do less stupid things. So that means instead of not time blocking, that I have to time block. Like, I have to use my time more wisely, because sometimes I don't focus. So I gotta be less stupid about it and get focused.
Perfect. That's a big one, time blocking.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Awesome. Okay. Alex, Dinamarca, what do you have to share?
So I like the point that I forgot who made it, but converting goals and plans into executable actions. So, pick a game you can win. So you don't have to be trying everything. If you don't want to, do FSBOs or expired, looking for clients that way. If there's another route, like just your sphere, just focus on your sphere instead of trying to do a little bit of everything.
Love it. And what was given that you're on the tech tribe, was there anything tech-wise that stood out to you?
I mean, just using the Facebook ads, campaigns. Again, picking a game you can win. So just focusing on one thing and then trying to use the campaigns to, you know, get leads that way.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Anything else?
I mean, there's so much stuff that I wrote down. A lot of it was like, you know, the stats with the unemployment and the housing. That was very eye-opening. You know, to know that who was affected the most out of, you know, the pandemic versus how it affected them and their home ownership. You know, just all the stats that went along with that.
Yeah, thank you. Good. All right, Miss Abby Lacey, you're up next.
So mine was kind of around the leadership conversation, which I know maybe not everybody had access to, but it has to do with that graphic that Scott shared with us as ELT about the brokerage relationships, the dependent, independent, and interdependent. I remember when I started where KW was basically like, we're interdependent and only people that operate that way are going to be able to make it here. And this is what we preach, and everybody else that, you know, is meant to be somewhere else should just be somewhere else. And to see how that message has changed and hearing Gary talk about it, and it's okay to have someone that functions more on a dependent level, meaning I need someone to give me coaching, I need someone to help me get leads, and a little bit less doing it on their own, that KW can, you know, implement the systems to accommodate agents, all agents versus just interdependent agents. So maybe we can share that graphic at some point, but just seeing how KW has changed their outlook on success and growth really was eye-opening to me, and to hear Gary's passion behind it. I mean, he was fired up, a little bit sassy, but in Gary fashion. I thought it was awesome that he was just so passionate that, you know, this is going to be what makes KW grow to the next level. So that was my biggest thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. And you guys will be hearing more on that. We have our executive leadership team retreat, or quarterly, I should say. We meet quarterly off-site for a day. And I do know that that is going to be a big discussion that Scott is leading, is how do we help every agent based on what they need, based on where they need help. And so, yeah, that was good.
You'll get 8 hours of that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ahas.
Can't wait.
It's very genuine.
So, okay, Steph, I would love to hear from Steph Sosa. So coming from where you have experienced conventions before your prior brokerage, now, of course, this was virtual versus being live at Austin. What were some of your big ahas and things that you plan on implementing? And that's the big one. What are you implementing in your business?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I guess for me, it was the Facebook ads, you know, like Alex said, that just kept coming up in multiple sessions that I was sitting in on. And I have not done that before. So, and I know Tina had mentioned that to me too. So really want to focus on implementing that and get going in that dimension.
Yeah. Nice. Let's see, Lisa Packard.
Yeah, Facebook ads. I think you'll hear a lot of that, a lot of ahas around Facebook ads. And also having the smart plans picked out to implement, because once you get those ad leads, you've got to do something with them. So, and not having to reinvent the wheel, there's excellent smart plans already made that you can just download, which is really, really exciting. And then accountability and coaching. I signed up for Mastery Coaching, so I'm excited for that. And I got some really awesome client event ideas that I'm excited to implement next year.
Nice. Sounds like we might need to have the Tech Tribe do a Facebook ads training. Go ahead, Scott.
It's so huge. You got signed up for MAPS coaching. So that is a personal mastery coach that you're paying $1,000 a month to help grow your business. So what like was the deciding factor to make you take that jump?
So I'd say every single panel or event that I've gone to in the past 2 years or so, all those top agents like in KW and even like the millennials versus classics or whatever that Scott was at for the YPN, they all have coaches. They all do. So it's something I've been planning for now that I have my budget in, I know my budget thanks to Scott, and I have room in my budget for it. So it's time to do it.
Yeah.
So
Woo-hoo.
those numbers tell a story. And yeah, like even Michael Jordan has a coach, Gary Keller has a coach, John Maxwell has a coach. Everyone has a coach. So that is like super exciting. We're getting a good following of agents in our office that have coaches. So we can all, learn from the best and share with each other.
Yeah. Love that. Okay, Miss Shelley Lewandowski or anybody else over there at KW Prestige in Germantown.
Okay, so I'll go first, and then Alex, and he'll go next. Okay, so my takeaway was honestly, there was that one section that had the guy with the expireds and the FSBOs, and he did his script, and like, honestly, my takeaway was that it wasn't even that good. Like, it felt like it was a little like salesy, but he has massive success because he's consistent and he goes after it, and he's not, taken down by self-limiting beliefs. And so my takeaway was pretty much that you don't have to know all the right things to say. You just have to go after it and actually, go against your fear and just do it. And then also be consistent in following up and not just, contacting people once or twice. And that linked into another one that I listened to about growing your profit share. And that part was talking about like the same thing pretty much, that it's not, it's about your passion. It's about a lot of times you might not want to bring it up to a co-broke or talk about KW because you're maybe not sure on how exactly to say it, or you're scared that you'll mess it up. And it's like, well, really, you should just talk about why you like it. And it's just a conversation, and it's about the steak, and people buy the steak. They go someplace to eat the steak. They don't go there based on whether or not they sell Coke or Pepsi. Like, it's about the steak. So that was like my really big takeaway. And again, it's not new stuff. It's just mindset. So just getting back into it and reinvigorating. How about you, Alex? What you got?
Sure. So from more of like an admin point of view, I did go to the admin breakout. I think the cool thing is just seeing how they set up the systems. I think that's very important. Me and my role on this team now. With me in my position since I've gotten here, Shelly's done a great job in having systems already in place. But as I'm going throughout the process, we've been updating it so that, say, we continue to grow the team and somebody takes my position, then they can follow along with that as well. So just continuing to update the systems and having those scripts in there for things that, you're going to do repetitively. I think that was definitely a big aha for me in my position.
Yeah. And we've already started to do that. Like, he's like writing down the things that I say, and it's so magical because that's like the point. Like, it's not about me. It's about what can we say consistently to our clients every single time. So.
Right. Consistency. You said it over and over and over again. Yeah. So true. So true. All right, Tina, what do you got?
There were some amazing things that came out of Mega Camp. I think one of the things that kind of was eye-opening to me was just like the command and the power of it, and how, I know for my business, I'm not utilizing it to like its full extent. And so I just sparked a conversation with the tech tribe and like, how can we make sure we're using it to its full extent? And I'm going to give a shout out to Zach Shipley, because he said working at KW and not jumping into command is like working at a store and not knowing how to run the register. And I thought, wow, that's really it. So it just is really going to ignite me more to just really jump into command, learn it more, and really use it to its full potential. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Nice. Okay, Diana Pecorelli, what do you have?
Hi guys. I thought it was really good. I heard a lot about command as well in the Facebook ads. But the one thing that, and like Lisa said, a lot of people said coaching, accountability partner, and a CRM is the key to real estate. Besides reading the red book, making sure you follow those systems and models. But then one thing that stuck for me, because everyone's different with lead gen, and they said definitely, and Alex kind of said the same thing, is lead gen where you love, the area you love. Like one guy said, I worked out at a gym, and that was where I actually lead gen. I got a lot of my clients. So lead gen where you love, follow what you need to do. So and someone's doing, they said 5, 5, 5. So that's what I'm doing. 5 handwritten notes, 5 contacts, and then 5 contacts by social media. And that's kind of like my lead gen of the day right now. Lead gen where you love. That's what stuck with me.
Yeah, I love that. And that definitely was a message throughout, right? The whole point of Mega Camp is we're hearing from agents who are sharing their niche, how they build their business, whether it's FSBOs or expireds or client parties or Facebook ads or whatever, and go find what you love. That's what's so cool about this business. If you're crafty, I don't think Jenny Victoric is on here. Well, go make those because I think she's doing Popeyes. Like if you're crafty, craft because you love it, and then you can go get business from it. Or if you're, you know, you want to give back to your community. That's so amazing. I love that. Okay, Scott, what do you have?
I think the biggest thing that I would say would echo off of what Diana just said and what you just said, Kim. This was a unique mega camp, obviously, because it was virtual. What I liked about it was they interviewed the people a couple weeks ago, and they were able to edit it. And what also happened is it cut down on like 7 minutes of the panelist coming in, walking, sitting down at the beginning, and then at the end, getting up, walking out, and then the new one's coming in. And so from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock on the first day, it was just like interview, no downtime. And it was edited, so it was the best stuff. And what was super cool about it is I never saw anyone, not one of the people being interviewed was like, I'm a master at doing FSBOs, I'm a master at my sphere, I'm a master at my doing this newsletter, I'm a master at open houses, I'm a master at this, I'm a master at that, I'm a master at that. Everyone they interviewed mastered one thing or two things. And then they brought in those masters of each different lead gen lever to share their tricks. And so if you're someone that's like, oh, I gotta know it all and do it all and be it all, it's like that's not the case. So to Diana's point, it's like not everyone loves to just call people and do that. Well, guess what? There's many different ways to master something. Someone they were very creative journalistically, and they created this awesome like newsletter that they sent out to a bunch of people, and they knew their numbers. They got really good leads from it. And to Kim's point with Jenny or someone of that nature, like use your gift, use what you love, and just do that. That's why engineers can be successful in this business. Ex-military can be successful. Teachers, nurses, any personality, like anyone. That's what I absolutely love about real estate. But it kind of clicked to me that like everybody there wasn't trying to do everything. They were just trying to do their thing really well.
And Kim, can I add too? No, I don't know if everyone saw that, but did you guys watch the script channel challenge?
Yeah.
It was really good. We should do that in our own office. I thought it was really good because everybody had a different perspective.
Yeah.
each person had a different avenue on the topic, and I thought that was really a good insight to see. And I could watch that all day on how their avenue is on each topic.
I really like that idea, Diana. That would be super fun.
Yeah.
Like a
love
round
it.
robin.
Yeah. Well, and do it in the brackets. It was fun how they did it. Like we'll all start, then moving on. So
We can use this trophy for something.
oh yeah. Awesome. Hey, Allison, Allison Bradley, what do you have?
I had a couple things. One of the biggest thing that stood out to me was just how awesome it is to be in partnership with Google and Facebook. I don't know if you guys all watched those speeches, but I thought they were incredible, especially given the fact that however many millions of people use Google searches, and they can take that raw data and look at the trends and see where the industry is going, and you can base decisions on that. You can tweak how you're doing your business. And then, you know, just to go along with what everyone else has mentioned about Facebook and all the leads you can be getting from there. So I thought that was really cool. And then one other thing Gary mentioned is just have a vision, study history, and recognize that a shift is coming. So I think it's important to start paying attention to that kind of stuff. And that is why he did write the shift book. So, which we have read before. And then, you know, just be the architect of your own destiny. Don't let outside forces decide your destiny for you. So you just have to get creative, be willing to try new tactics. And that's going to give you the opportunities you need.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, there was a really good interview with we are in partnership with Google and Facebook. And so the stat was 54% of consumers have told us they have used a company they have never done business with before. This was from Google, right? We're just clicking, we're searching, whatever. 80% said they aren't necessarily going to use the same company again. So, which says that we are choosing transactionally versus relationally, which tells me that we really need to up our game on our relationship. Like Diana, you talked about the 5-5-5. That's why we do that, because we are so tempted with today's technology, whatever social media platform you're on, or if you're just Googling it, to click. And so now more than ever as real estate agents, however we choose to build our business, because we know there's 30 different ways you can do it, we have to up our game and stay very, very connected. So that was a very interesting stat that Google shared. And I've done that before. Clicked and bought something, you know, I maybe never would have bought it there before or whatever, and maybe not gone back because I didn't like it. So that really hit home to me on how important it is in this industry as we continue to talk about our technology. Our technology is your leverage to help you to keep in close relationship. So, okay, wow, this was amazing. Anything else? Otherwise, then I'm going to open up to Amy Canada.
I have one thing to say really quick, and it's just about the interview with Tim Ferriss at the end. So if you guys, there's a library now for 60 days that we can watch these videos. So if you make friends with someone that went, they'll send you this. But there's an interview with Tim Ferriss that was really, really good. He wrote the 4-Hour Work Week, and he's just he's a national author. But he was talking about just being really introspective, making your battles be internal versus external. So everyone wants to compete with the people on stage, but make your competition with yourself. But just his journey and what he talked about, it was really good and really heavy. Just for some stuff to lift your spirit from that. It wasn't real estate related, but it was just really good. So if you didn't watch it, I would watch that.
Yeah, thank you. And that is a good reminder, you guys, for all those that attended. You have that video library available for 60 days. I love that. Make a friend with somebody who went and once a day watch something, once a week do something. So that's amazing. We've never had that before. Okay, so Bank 59, Bill, are you doing an update or is Amy? She was going to talk about appraisals.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Yay!
So I think the next one's a slide, and it may look familiar because we put it up maybe like a month ago, but this last week, or actually in the last couple weeks, I've been getting a couple appraisals coming in like a tiny bit low, and I wanted to share that there was a transaction that came in low that we did a rebuttal on, and it did I guess get countered, and the appraisal, the value came in then at the sales price. So they do work, but I guess it's a lot of work. You have to do 3 comparable sales and stuff like that. But as we get into this market more, I think appraisals may be coming in a little low under sales price. Has anybody seen that? Anybody gonna respond?
Yeah, we've seen it tremendously. We've had probably 5 in the last week, like 20 to 30,000 low.
And it's annoying for the ones I've had are just a tiny bit low. Like it's not even like it's significant on some of them, which is frustrating. But if you guys need want to talk through like your sales pitch to the lender or something like that, please, Bill and I are happy to help you guys brainstorm how to get it in. But I haven't lost a deal yet, so hopefully that's positive. But yeah, anybody else?
I think I just had one that came in low on a drive-by, which really frustrated me because I was like, you didn't even go into the house.
Yeah.
So I just don't even feel that that's fair if they haven't even walked in the door and then they're going to appraise low.
Sorry, Bill. Well,
that's a big distinction.
I found that lenders are trying to save money and doing drive-bys, or like with COVID, maybe the customer has COVID and they can't go in. But the couple, or I had one that came in low, and when I talked to our appraisal management company, they said it's actually not good to do a drive-by because they don't see the benefits of the inside of the house or anything like that. So if you are like the listing agent or something like that and you hear about a drive-by, you may, and Bill, you tell me your opinion, but you may want to encourage them to do a full appraisal. It only saves a customer like $50 to $100, where it could make a difference in the transaction. So
I'd be curious to open it up to anyone that has an opinion on whether or not you can make an interior exterior appraisal an expectation in the offer when an appraisal is going to be required, because that drive-by basically is really a hindrance to the appraiser being able to give it the value that it potentially deserves, as I'm sure you can all surmise, obviously.
Yeah, and Scott, I'd be interested in knowing, because you've had a handful of them, what was the next step? What happened in those transactions?
Well, it really is about, I mean, just being a broken record here, but future pacing your buyers and your sellers right away, right on the listing appointment and the buyer agency appointment. And you tell them about what can happen. And when they get an accepted offer, you tell them, don't count your money yet. Don't take it to Potawatomi yet. There's 3 major hurdles you got to get through. And you talk about the appraisal. But one came in, $27,000 low, and we negotiated. I think the sellers lowered their price by 17,000 and the buyers brought in 10 grand more. The other one came in 15 grand low, and it was 7,500 and 7,500. And so it's just back to the negotiation table at that point. And if the buyer and seller are mad at each other, or contentious, or things aren't going well, then that might just be the thing that puts it over the top.
We've seen instances too where an agent gets a little driven towards emotion and they want to get a new appraiser. And so they make the suggestion, oh, I want a new appraiser. Well, unless there was undue influence, something that violated the home value code of conduct, or the appraiser demonstrated that they're not familiar with that market, let's say they're from another state or something like that, like they're from Northern Illinois or something, we can't just fire that appraiser and throw that appraisal out in a lot of cases. So that's why managing those expectations up, like Scott said, is so crucial, because then you're proactive instead of reactive.
And any property that's FHA or even VA, the appraisal will follow the property. So I think most people know that now, but just If an appraisal comes in low on an FHA property, if it's a conventional buyer, it would not. But if another FHA buyer came in, the appraisal is attached to that property. So.
Okay. So that's good information. Is anybody still doing the appraisal packets, like meeting the appraiser? You know, you have the listing.
Really good thing to get back on if you're not doing it, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely, if you are the, you know, if you've got way over asking price, start, you know, really pay close attention. Or like Lisa just said, at least leave it in the house. So Leanna just said that. We've talked about this before. Danielle, you're saying you meet them every time. So we need to up our game on that probably and start meeting the appraisers with our packet. So
yeah, we can't go after the appraisal's done. I just had one recently that the listing agent was upset because they didn't use a comparable that they thought he should have, but it's hard to go back after the appraiser's already made a value and just say like, oh, what about this one? So keeping that little packet for them is super helpful.
super. Okay, good. Well, I would like to thank Bank 59 as well as Focus Title. I don't know if you guys were aware or not, but when we did have our mega camp social afterwards at Cleveland Pub, they both helped sponsor our sponsor that. So thank you. We always like supporting our preferred partners. So we encourage you to do business with Bank 59 and of course Focus Title. And we appreciate your support on that. All right. Anything else for the good of the cause? All righty. Remember to rate the meeting. Once again, Allison just put the link in the comments. You can very quickly just pick that up, copy paste it into a new browser and quickly fill out those 3 questions. It'll take 3 seconds and we appreciate it. And we hope that this brought you value and have an amazing rest of your week. Love you guys. Going up to the training room if you are here for your 1:15 workshop. See ya. Bye. 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 As I watch the squares disappear. Bye. Bye. Blink. Bye. 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 Bye to you. Bye. Goodbye.